Okay, I'm back. There's a problem with the the broadcast. Rip, good to see you. Josh, all you guys, good to see you on here. Somebody let me know that you can hear me. For some reason, I thought I was having a problem with the broadcast. Sarah, good to see you here today. Chofo, good to have you back on. If you can hear me, please throw something out in the chat. Yeah, good, cool, Sarah. Okay, awesome. So, awesome, guys. Thank you so much. So, a couple of weeks ago, we put out one of our videos. We put out Bing Bang. Thanks, brother. We put out on YouTube. I got a comment from a friend of ours, Aiden, who wanted us to do a video on dreamlining. So I thought today, what not better video to discuss dreamlining than how to become a millionaire, okay? This is probably a lot of people's goals. A lot of people dream about being rich. A lot of people dream about having $1 million. A lot of people actually sort of wish and hope that they might get that $1 million through the lottery. But I'm gonna tell you right now, fuck the lottery, okay? It's your responsibility to make that $1 million. And here is how it's gonna work, all right? It's very simple. I'm not a millionaire, I'm not a financial planner, I'm not a tax expert, but I know a couple of things, okay? I know how to figure out percentages, and I know how to figure out profit margins, and so do you. So here's the basic principle. Now, we're going to be talking about this in the United States, okay? So in the United States, in the tax year of 2015, it's a 39.6% tax bracket for any earnings over $414,000 in a calendar year, okay? So let's just round that up. It's a 40% tax bracket, okay? The tax man is going to come and take 40% of all your earnings in the United States. That's factor number one, okay? We'll talk about how that works here in a minute. The second thing that we're going to assume is that you're going to make a reasonable 20% return on your investment, a 20% profit margin across all your businesses across a 12-month period, okay? So what does this mean, all right? First and foremost, in order to make $1 million in cold, hard cash after taxes, after expenses, straight pure profit in your bank account, what you need to do, I wrote it all down here so nobody will forget. Nice to have you, Harry. Thanks for tuning in. So first and foremost, this breaks down to, you have to make $23,000 a day in gross profit, okay? So let's reverse engineer that. How did I get to $23,000 a day in order to become a millionaire? So, how's it going, Harry? Nice to see you. Thanks, buddy. So basically, what I did was I totally reverse engineered this to come up with a number in gross sales that you have to make every 12 months in order to put that $1 million in the bank. So first, I did all the math behind the scenes, so I'm not going to bore you with the details, but very plain and simple, okay? You need to make $8,400,000 a year in gross profit to make $1 million in cold hard cash. Now, $8,400,000 a year in gross profit, okay? What happens here is what we're going to take, like we talked about, if we're talking about a reasonable 20% profit margin, so that means that right off the bat, your expenses, everything that to operate your business is going to cost you 80%, okay? So 80% of the $8,400,000 leaves you with $1,680,000 left, okay? After expenses. So your 20% return on investment leaves you with $1.68 million, okay? So we took $8.4 million and we multiplied it times 20% profit, and we get the amount that we get to keep after business expenses is $1.68 million. Now, from there, that $1.68 million in the United States is going to be taxed at 39.6%. So let's just round it up to 40, okay? So of that $1.68 million, you get to keep 60% of that. The government in the United States takes 40, you get to keep 60. So we'll take 1.68 million and we'll multiply that times 60%. That's the amount that you get to keep, okay? That means you would make, after business expenses, after the tax man, you would keep in your bank account $1,008,000, okay? That's how you become a millionaire in the United States. All right, so that actually breaks down to earning. So if you take your 8.4 million that we talked about before, take 8.4 million and divide it by 365 days in the year, you would have to your gross sales every single day would need to be $23,000. Okay, you would need to have 1 business, 2 business, 10 businesses that will earn you $23,000 in gross sales every single day. All right, 23,000 times 365 days in the year is $8.4 million. All right, we went backwards, we're going back forward. Of that 8.4 million, you keep 20%, your business expenses are 80%, okay? Leaves you with 1.68 million. The tax man takes 40%, leaves you with $1 million in the bank. That is how it is done, okay? $8.4 million in gross revenue, gross sales, gross income is what you need to achieve in a 12-month period in the United States to become a millionaire, to save $1 million in cold hard cash after business expenses, after the tax man takes his really huge, gnarly fucking cut, okay? That is it, plain and simple. $8.4 million a year comes down to $23,000 a day, all right? So it doesn't matter what business you're in, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you have to get yourself to a point where all of your multiple sources of income, whether it's 1 business, 2 businesses, 10 businesses, making $23,000 a year to make $1 million in the bank. That's it. That's the Dreamline. This is, I'm actually glad Aiden asked this question. He didn't ask about making $1 million cash. Hey Josh, thanks for joining. But in particular, you know, a lot of people want to be rich. So I was like, hey, what do I want to make? I want to make $1 million in the bank after expenses. This is how it works out, okay? No, not $23,000 a year, $23,000 a day. You have to make you have to generate $23,000 a day in profit, gross profit, in order to make $1 million net at the end of the year, okay? Plain and simple, that's how it works. So, thanks for tuning into this video today. I hope this Dreamline was really beneficial to you. If you're trying to figure out, how do you, well, you know, just about every millionaire has an average of 7 levels of income. Yes, Sarah, thank you. Multiple streams of income. Sarah knows what it's about. So you might, you know, the guys and I here at EcomFire, we're involved in drop shipping. So we have different, you know, multiple businesses. So you set up all these businesses, and the collective cash flow from all of your businesses, all of your sources of income, investments, rental properties, whatever it is, $23,000 a day, okay? If you're trying to figure out your own Dreamline, what you need to know, you need to know 2 items, okay? How you can profit the number that is your Dreamline, how you can achieve that. The 2 things you need to know, number 1, what is your average return on investment? Number 2, what is your tax bracket? Okay, like I said, in the United States, if you're earning more than $414,000, it's right under 40%. And you can, you know, I used a 20% return on investment because that seems like a very reasonable, very achievable number. All right, so you figure out those 2 things, and you can reverse engineer how much money you need to make every single day to achieve your dream, whether it's $1 million, $10 million, $100,000, whatever it is. All right, that's how you would do it. So that's all I have to say today. You want to be a millionaire in the United States, make $8.4 million in gross sales a year, which is $23,000 a day in gross sales. Okay, that's it. That's all it takes. It's not that simple, I guess, necessarily to just make, I can go out and make $23,000 a day tomorrow, but that's how you plan. That's the number that you know is going to get you $1 million in cold hard cash in the bank. So you take that number and you start to invent and generate and build your sources of income, all of your streams of income, until you get to that point. And that's it, okay? That is your number. So without further ado, this is Len. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope this was really insightful, really helpful for you to figure out, number 1, how to do a little dreamlining, number 2, how to make $1 million, at least in the United States. Again, I don't care what business you're in. All you have to do is get multiple sources of income to equal $23,000 a day in gross income. That is your number. If you have partners, that number is times 2 or times 3, okay? If you're in a business with 3 partners, you have to multiply that times 3. So that's it. If you're in business for yourself, that's how it works. I don't want to say anything else about it. It's plain and simple. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for tuning in, and give me some double taps for all the hearts for the awesome info today, and I'll talk to you another time, all right? Yeah, right on, Bing Bang. Take care, brother. Thanks for tuning in, by the way, and everybody else, Sarah, Josh, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you soon. Be good.